How you doing? Okay, that's better, I think.
Yeah. I used to do that with them, bro.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was teaching tubes and tails and all that. Seven jugs and forks. Yeah. Oh yeah. We were doing it a lot.
I couldn't believe you thought that.
He's good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you know. I thought he was kidding. Actually, you were too frequent. I can see you.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our badge ceremony of 2023. For you, all of you who don't know who I am, my name is Trish Rupert. I'm a member of Fort Alexander First Nation in Manitoba. I've been with Treaty 3 Police for 16 years, and I currently hold the rank of Inspector. I would like to take this time to acknowledge the sacred items, the drum, and Elder Doris Caribou. Thank you to the drum keepers, for the traditional opening. This is an opportunity to welcome new employees and acknowledge those who have been promoted. I would like to welcome everyone to our welcoming ceremony, all family and friends and colleagues of our new employees. Working for Treaty 3 Police comes with great pride and gratification, but also comes with its challenges and commitment, not only from our employees themselves, but also from their families. Thank you all for your commitment to our service. Today, we also celebrate our 20th anniversary. It's a time to reflect on our challenges and growth since inception of 2003. Over the last 20 years, the police services staffing has increased, both uniform and civilian, including the most recent addition of cadets and special constables to our ranks. We hope to see these individuals as police constables in the near future. In anticipation of our 20th anniversary, a call went out to all of our female uniform members within the service to help design a ribbon skirt for our number 1 dress. Inspector Gervais and I would like to acknowledge Constable Anno Buswa and Sergeant Alicia McCready for their contribution to the design. The ribbon colors were pulled from our shoulder flash, and unfortunately not all skirts were ready for today's event, but once they arrive, a ceremony will be planned. We'll now begin the ceremony. I would like to call up Chief Liu, Director of Corporate Services Christine Gagne, and Board President Christine Jourdain. So we'll start with our civilian acknowledgments. I'll ask everybody to attend the stage and enter on this side. When you hear your name, please come up and stay on stage for a photo after. So I'll start with Maintenance Support Christopher Bennett. Chris. Criminal Record Check Clerk Monica Bennett. Guard Catherine Cuthbertson. Criminal Record Check Clerk Ashley Hoffmeister. CPIC Coordinator Cole Kaming. Guard Violet Kachuba. Guard Elizabeth Logue. Criminal Record Check Clerk Bailey Markham. Social Media Content Planner Faith Pollard. Criminal Record Check Clerk Heather Richards. Guard Brooklyn Taylor. Criminal Record Check Clerk Karen Thomas. Criminal Record Check Clerk Cindy Van Wellingham.
Trish, is that on? So what we'll do is we'll take a group shot.
Yep.
So guys, come down to the middle, and then we're going to insert ourselves to the shoulder.
We are happy to have you all on a team. Good luck in your future with Treaty 3 Police Service. So bonjour, maznan kutuk dijnakas, kate wasagigan dunji, bonjour tutan. Good morning, my name is Cheryl Gervais, Inspector with Treaty 3 Police. This year marks my 20th year of service. I want to acknowledge my home community of Iskate Wasagigan for giving me the opportunity in 2003 to join First Nation policing. It's a decision I don't regret that has allowed me to work in a fulfilling career. I also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge our family. As much as today is about our employees and our uniform members, it's important to acknowledge those at home that are holding the line while we're doing this challenging work. I'd like to take this opportunity to call up Chief Jeff Copenas from Onigaming First Nation to complete swearing-in ceremony of recruits, cadets, and special constables. We will take care of each group separately, so please come up to receive your certificates and remain on stage for Chief Copenas to complete the swearing-in ceremony. We will start with the cadets.
I just have some message. Yeah, just ask for a couple.
Okay.
Bonjour, Mishgrabn and Dijnakazmakwan and Odam, Anishinaabe and Dow. I wanted to acknowledge the drum, the sacred items, the beautiful singing. Thank you very much. I know it's warm in here too, so you did a great job, Miigwech. Always important, the ceremony. You know, I see the offerings of the sharings of our fruit, of our berries, of our food, of our sacred water in Ibi in Onigaming all the time, but I don't often see it in Kenora. So it's beautiful to see everybody here sharing in our sacred ceremonies as well. Of course, want to acknowledge Elder Doris Caribou, the drum, Chief of Police Kailu, Trisha Rupert, Christine Jourdain, Cheryl Gervais. Awesome to see our own people in uniform up here. And I asked for a couple seconds just because back home right now in Onigaming, I know one of your staff is from there as well. We are struggling with enormous losses right now. It really feels like our state of emergency is getting worse that we've been under since 2014. Just since I've been chief in August 2021, there's now been 20 plus deaths in our families, just in a year and a half. Probably a couple more than that. We're just a small community of about 800 people, and I do really worry. You know, today in Onigaming, to be very frank, and why I wanted to speak quickly, addiction and systemic racism are killing our people, and that's the truth. And I've watched a lot of unnecessary deaths with my own eyes in real time, and a lot of young people, and I've had to be there to help the families bury them. And this is why this important ceremony is so critical. It's not just a beautiful ceremony, it matters. The work that you're doing desperately matters to the lives of my community. On a more positive note, I used to work with a man, his name is Sean Atleo. He was the national chief of the Assembly of First Nations. I spent 5 years with him traveling the country. He used to say that fresh troops are on the way. And I was young when I worked with him. I was in my 30s, and I thought that was a pretty cool thing to say. I thought it was great for speeches, but I didn't really think much more about it. And the truth is that he was right. And that fresh troops aren't just on the way, that they're here today. And I see that in each and every one of you young people that are becoming cadets or becoming officers today, and I'm honored to do this for you. But please don't forget, I heard a professional wrestler say this recently. I went to a wrestling show, and he said, never forget where you're from, and never forget who your family is. And for the Anishinaabe people, especially that are taking this role in uniform, please don't forget that. It could mean the difference between life and death of our community members. So on that positive note, you're all giving me a lot of hope for the future. And again, I'm honored to help with the ceremony this morning. Thank you.
Miigwech, Chief Copenas, for those kind words and acknowledging the hard work of our members. We will start with the cadets. So we would now like to acknowledge the new cadets in training for Treaty 3 Police Service. Cadet Colton Allen. Cadet Easton Cassavant. Cadet Marcus Morisseau. So once all the cadets are on stage, Chief Copenas will do the oath of secrecy, and then there'll be an opportunity for a photo with the group.
So we'll do it as a collective, Chief?
Okay.
So get them to repeat after you.
Okay. So please repeat after me. I state your name.
Colton Allen.
Solemnly swear
Solemnly swear
that I will not disclose any information obtained by me
that I will not disclose any information obtained by me
in the course of my duties
in the course of my duties
as a First Nations constable
as a First Nations constable
with the Treaty 3 Police Service,
with the Treaty 3 Police Service,
except as I may be.
except as I may be.
Photo?
Group photo. Thank you, cadets. Good luck with the rest of your training, and we wish you a great future with Treaty 3 Police Service. We will now call upon Special Constable Wanda Marshall as the newest Special Constable employee of Treaty 3 Police. We'll take a photo first. Wanda, if I can have you remain on stage while I call up the recruits, okay? Next, we're acknowledging the newest recruits to our police service, Probationary Constable Sharma. Probationary Constable Zirkin.
Present the badge to the special constable. She can go down and then go to the feather ceremony, the feather presentation to get this work to. I'm gonna do
So we can take another photo. Ryan, thank you. And then we'll do the oath of office and oath of secrecy.
Yeah, good.
Please repeat after me. I state your name, solemnly swear that I will be loyal to Canada and that I will uphold the Constitution of Canada and that I will, to the best of my ability, preserve the peace, prevent offenses, and discharge my other duties as a First Nations constable with the Treaty 3 Police Service, faithfully, impartially, and according to the law. And the oath of secrecy. Please repeat after me. I state your name, solemnly swear that I will not disclose any information obtained by me in the course of my duties as a First Nations constable with the Treaty 3 Police Service, except as I may be.
Thank you. I'll ask the group to remain on stage and we'll call up our experienced constables as well as Elder Doris Caribou. Oh, sorry. Wanda, you're excused. Thank you. Next, we're acknowledging our experienced constables and recruits by presenting them with their eagle feathers. Experienced constables, Constable Marcino, Constable Lottie, Constable Randall, Constable Satchery. So we'll take a moment for Elder Doris Caribou to give the eagle feather teaching.
Okay, Mike, just explain the eagle feathers.
About the feather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonjour. I'm gonna be mentioning about the feathers and how the feathers gonna look after the people that are gonna get the feather, and they gotta feast the feather every spring and every fall just to show respect, and this way the feather will look after you very, very good if you treat them nicely the way they're supposed to be. That's what we do every fall. The bird watches over his feather and they're very proud of it. So, okay, thank you.
Do we want a group photo? Okay, group photo. Oh, okay.
Just gonna take a picture with the feathers.
I'll have Elder and Chief Lou stay on stage. We wish you continued success with Treaty 3 Police Service to our experienced constables and recruits. They can- Miigwech to Chief Jeff Copenas for traveling to be here with us today. I'd like to now call upon Chief Kailu to announce promotions.
So you're gonna do the promotions, which include us, and then you're gonna close. So this will go.
Okay, just you two. Or do you want me to?
John,
Okay,
Alicia's not here first time, right?
okay, good. Good morning. I'm going to reserve my closing remarks till later, but let me take an opportunity as chief. It is a real pleasure and opportunity to not only swear in new officers and welcome new civilian members, but part of the duties or the task of a chief of police is to ensure that we have an organization that is set to mentor those that come after us. And I can recall 4 years ago, as I sat in front of the then hiring board, that police services board that was conducting interviews, and we talked about succession plans, and that when I signed my contract 4 years ago, I knew the exact expiry date of that contract. And one of the challenges that I was given was that come my expiry date, we will have candidates that are in a competitive position to replace, to step into my shoes, and then the domino effects of a deputy chief, inspector, staff sergeant, and so on. And so in the 3.5 years, we've had the opportunity to see a number of promotions. And this morning, I have the privilege and the honor to recognize the most recent promotions since our last ceremony that we held. So I'm going to call up to the stage Sergeant Janet Kloss. Sergeant Tanya Cowley. Sergeant Aaron Janine. Sergeant Alicia McCready. Director of Corporate Services, Christine Gagne. And then our two inspectors, Inspector Cheryl Gervais and Inspector Trish Rupert. Before I address this group of distinguished leaders up here on the stage, I'm going to ask you to look to your front, look to your left, look to your right, and then look behind you. Sitting with you and around you are leaders within our service, and that as we look into the future of our police service, and I am very optimistic of our police service. I'll speak more to that later this afternoon. But as you look around, there are many more leaders that I predict with a lot of confidence that the next time we have a ceremony up here, that many more of you will be joining the leaders that are up here today. And to address the group of leaders that are on the stage, you have, in the 3.5 years that I have been here, you have been the ones that have been developing, transforming, and leading the service by the things that you do. Many of you, or actually all of you, have gone through a selection and a promotional process, whether it be as a civilian member or as a sworn member, and you came out on top and were recognized by your peers to be holding a place of leadership. I was at the graduation at the Ontario Police College, and one of the speakers referred to Spider-Man, a quote from Spider-Man that with great powers comes great responsibility. And as leaders within our service, you have a great responsibility to those that we serve, your peers beside you, and as well as those that work directly with you as direct reports. So congratulations on your accomplishments. It's a huge milestone, and you are the future of the Treaty 3 Police Service. I'm going to invite our elder, Doris, to present feathers and badges, right? Well, sorry, my apologies. The list that's up on the wall, on the screen is not the list that was read here, so please, Wella, come on up. Case in your left, and I will take a photo. Just going to ask you again, let's give a big hand to all those that were recognized this morning. Thank you. Well done, everyone. Let me begin. As you know, as some of you may know, I had the opportunity to fly out to the Ontario Police College yesterday. And for the frontline officers, we have 6 new recruits that are now off to the second phase of their training with the Ontario Provincial Police Academy. And hopefully in 8 weeks, they will be joining you in the cruisers, and then Chief Copenas, that they will be patrolling and providing the services in the 23 communities that we serve. As Chief, I was very proud to stand with the 435 officers that graduated yesterday, 5 of which were Treaty 3 members. And then we had an opportunity, these recruits, as some of you have, had an opportunity to meet with the Solicitor General of Ontario, and there were approximately 21 First Nation officers, and they had a private audience with the Solicitor General, who is the Minister in charge of policing for the province of Ontario. And what he shared with the recruits was that Ontario is committed to First Nation policing. And we took him, and we are taking the Minister's word literally, and we expect to see and continue to see changes to all of our Indigenous police services. And so, as you have heard, and many of you would have participated in a debriefing yesterday or the day before, the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario since January of 2020 have been working with the Ontario government to bring pension parity to not just our sworn members, but pension parity for our civilian members. And so today, as you would have heard a couple of days ago, that the minute of settlement is that our officers can now retire at the same length of years of service as municipal police officers and the provincial police officers. So at the 80 factor instead of a 90 factor. Our civilian members who in the past were prohibited from being part of the Ontario pension plan now have the opportunity to be part of the Ontario pension plan, and they retire with an 85 factor. So what does this mean to our members? And to move into this pension plan, it will not cost you a single penny. $61 million is approximately the estimate that the Ontario government will be paying on your behalf to bring you into pension parity. So that's a huge milestone for Indigenous policing here in the province of Ontario. So congratulations to every member here. As each of you have a different journey that has brought you here today as an employee with the Treaty 3 Police Service, whether it be as the Director General Corporate Services, our highest ranking civilian member within the police service, or as a new cadet or constable or any other position that you hold within the service. You've taken different journeys here. I can tell you that my journey to Treaty 3 has been the most rewarding of this 37 years of policing. I left municipal policing with 33 years, the Ottawa Police, Gananoque, and Cobourg Police, 2 of those services as Chief of Police. And I thought I knew a lot about Indigenous policing. Until I arrived here in Treaty 3, I realized what I knew was just a drop in the bucket. The level of violence that you experience on a daily basis is 3 to 4 times higher than any municipality, including the City of Toronto. The crime severity index is 3 to 4 times higher. And so our officers, and as well as our civilian members, because as you're working in the station, you're reading the reports, you're hearing the talk around the water cooler, per se, and you're hearing the type of calls that our officers are responding to. And our officers I can tell you that the calls that you go on will affect you. It will affect the way you think, the way you look at people, and the way you react the next time you're exposed to a similar situation. And so it's important that we recognize policing has changed. In the 37 years when I started in 1986, my coach officer would say, if you're feeling bad, if the calls are affecting you, don't tell anybody because they're going to think you're a nut. Don't tell anybody that you're having struggles with the calls that you have. And many of you know that Jonathan is our youngest. And my wife would know, who many of you met, Heidi would know that I had a bad day at work the way I came into the house. So if I came into the house at 3 o'clock in the morning after an afternoon shift, and I went straight to the babies' rooms and picked up the babies, Heidi knew that I had a traumatic call involving a young person, right? And if I came in the house and I was quiet, it was because I had a traumatic call involving an adult. But the thought of policing back then was keep your mouth shut, put it aside, and keep moving. It doesn't work. We have, and we know from looking at the number of police suicides, the burnout rates, the PTSDs that are involved with officers and our civilian staff. We recognize that mental health is as important, if not more important, than our physical health. And that it's an invisible illness that unless we share our feelings with others, that it will affect you and it will affect those around you. And so at Treaty 3, with the encouragement of our Police Services Board and the Police Services Board executives, Treaty 3 has implemented a number of mental health initiatives, including our peer support, where our members themselves, both civilian and sworn, have been deeply involved with pushing a peer support group within the Treaty 3 Police Service. In addition to that, we've taken funding from the province of Ontario and formed partnerships with the Kenora Mental Health Association, where we have therapists and psychologists that are readily available to us. And in addition to that, the Ontario Provincial Police, Commissioner Krieg, has opened up his cadre of tools and mental health tools that are available to Ontario Provincial Police officers, and he has offered that to our members as well. In addition, the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario are actively looking to receive funding so that we can have our own dedicated psychologists for Indigenous policing and our own dedicated psychotherapists available to our members. And not just our members, but our family members. So that is something that the Indigenous Police Chiefs of Ontario are working on. I had the opportunity to have dinner with Minister Michael Tibolo in Toronto last week when I was in Queen's Park. and he is the minister in charge of mental health and addiction. So our hope is that the Minister of Mental Health and Addiction and the Minister in charge of the Ministry of the Solicitor General will get together and provide us with funding to provide you with the support that you need. And so mental health is important. Let me end with this message, in that, and I say this at all the recruit swearing-ins. And maybe this message in the past was focused on police officers, but I would suggest that each and every new employee take on this challenge. And this challenge is this: after today's events, when things calm down in the quietness, in the privacy of your own home, take out a sheet of paper and write all the reasons why you chose to be a member of the Treaty 3 Police Service. So if you're a police officer, write all the reasons why you chose to be a police officer. As a civilian member, write down why you chose Treaty 3 Police and not any other agency or an organization. And when you're done, take that letter that's addressed to yourself, fold it up, seal it in an envelope, and then set it aside in a place where you keep all your other valuables. And it could be a week from now, a month from now, or a year from now, when you start doubting why you are in the position that you are in, when you start doubting why you ever became a police officer or a civilian member with the Treaty 3 Police Service, I invite you at that time to take that letter out and remind yourself of all the reasons why you chose the Treaty 3 Police. And with that letter, I need you to share it with those that you love, those that you trust. Share that letter and revisit and self-reflect on your journey as to why you are in a place that is not the place that you are today. And challenge yourself to seek the support that is required. I can tell you, in the 37 years, I am, and I think just last night, I sent a text to Gabby, my EA. I love my job, right? Because I do. 37 years, I do the same thing that I did as that new recruit, which is to help the community, to make a difference. And each and every day, the actions that you take, it could be processing a court folder, special constables, it could be answering a question for the Crown, for the judges. All those things add up to making a difference in our community. And for that, I thank each and every one of you. And congratulations for those that were promoted today, for those that receive your recognition as a cadet. I look forward to when you become a special constable, and special constables when you become a police officer, and as well the contributions that you make each and every day. Thank you. What we're going to have is we're going to continue on. We're going to take a break, and then the rest of those that are attending the awards luncheon will continue here. If you look at the glass on your table, for those that are leaving and are not coming back, I'm going to ask that you take it to the washroom, wash it, dry it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you look at it, it's a special 20-year anniversary Treaty 3 glass. Please take that with you. For those that are staying, I welcome you to stay, and don't be. We have more glasses that we'll replace once we get into the second phase of today. So, Inspector Rupert, I'll turn it back to you. Is there anything else? I can dismiss everyone? Okay. All right. So thank you. I was sitting at the Pearson Airport yesterday as they were running through a rehearsal, and so I missed most of it as I was called to either change my seat and fly back this morning or to hop on a plane, and I chose to hop on the plane. So thank you, everybody. Congratulations, and we'll see you at the next phase.